Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Hawk and welcome to a video, a pretty important video to be honest, and one that I wasn't expecting to make straight away, or at least not this soon anyway, but I have been thinking about leaving Myth for, well, really since I rejoined. You know, I was rejoining on the terms of if things aren't getting better, then I'll try and leave and, you know, progress or whatever. So, hold on, I just got to turn this down real quick. There we go. But anyway, so before I really get into things, I just want to give a huge thank you to Otter, Twyman, and Gilly. You know, obviously all the other leaders, all the other members are fantastic and I love them all, but Otter, Twy, and Gilly, you guys have a special place in my heart. You really do, okay? You know, first of all, Twyman and Otter really tried hard getting me back in. Eventually, obviously, I did rejoin. If you guys don't know all about that situation, then, you know, I'm not going to get into all of that, but yeah, Otter and Twyman tried really hard to get me back in, and they were two of the most dedicated leaders I've ever known, especially Twyman. He's just incredible. Twyman, I love you, dude. But anyway, yeah, so I also want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to Gilly for admitting his mistakes, kind of thing. Obviously, when I rejoined, he allowed me back in. He said sorry, we made, you know, we got ourselves back on good terms, and I was really happy that we have done, and we're really good friends now. We're all good. You know, we made a chat earlier on, and you know, we're fine. Gilly and me are friends. I'd like to say that we're friends. So, you know, I'm really glad that that happened as well. And again, a huge thank you to Gilly for just taking me back, I guess, you know. So thank you, Gilly, and I appreciate what you did for me. Anyway, so moving on as why I've left Myth Gaming, you guys are probably all wondering. First of all, okay, wait, is this, okay, no, this isn't the part of the gameplay. Oh, yeah, I just have to mention real quick, I don't really do live gameplay or gameplay commentaries anymore, so this is just the gameplay that I got earlier on. Nice little streak. It's a little slow paced, but, you know, it's just something that I can commentate over. So anyway, yeah, so why I actually left is that I rejoined on the terms of if things aren't getting done, if the leads aren't more active, I'm not going to stay and I'm going to try and progress to a different team, or, you know, stay solo or whatever, because it's just not doing anything for me. And I rejoined and everything seemed to be going kind of well, you know, especially Twyman and Gilly. They were both trying really hard to make things happen. In particular, I did say about a stream team. I said it originally. I really wanted streaming to be a thing in Myth, and both of them were like, yeah, we'll get a stream team. We'll make some moves. You know, we will be making moves. And unfortunately, both of them have left within, you know, this week or so. Twyman left a few days ago. Gilly left this morning, and oh, that no scope was beautiful. But anyway, yeah. So both of them end up leaving, and both of these guys are the ones that were doing stuff for me, and both of them were the ones that were dedicated to Myth. So as soon as those two left, I was like, well, kind of left with the leaders that I complained about in the first place. Obviously, like, Poxy's not in anymore, but, you know, they're like, I just didn't really feel like much was going to get done after all of that, to be honest. So I was very skeptical at that point, and you know, the leadership, I just thought the leadership wouldn't be very good after all of them leaving, and I wasn't very faithful, I guess, in Myth's leadership. No offense to them, you know, they're a great team. I'm sure they'll bring it back. I'm sure the leadership will be back in time, but for now, it's just not enough for me. It's not a stable enough team for me. But also, this isn't the main reason, or that wasn't the main reason, but the main reason is the fact that I do teams and I do this YouTube thing for friends, and you know, like, I love being in a team with a bunch of friends. You know, I was in Hail Chapters with a bunch of friends, and it was like one of the best times I've had on YouTube ever. And then in Myth, over the Clash of the Clans time, and you know, when Jawsy, Rye, Regan, Tomo, all of those guys were in there as well, a Hyder, people like that. You know, I was enjoying myself so much. Everyone was coming together, Clash of the Clans, everybody was working together. It was such a great time, it really was. And then, since then, everyone that I just mentioned in that list have left Myth or progressed, or you know, just not in Myth anymore. You know, we still have some friends in there, like obviously Mez was in there, and Ricci, and I don't really want to name names, but, you know, that's just a few examples, Exiles, people like that. And, you know, I obviously still have friends in the team, but it's never going to be the same as it was with Clash of the Clans with all of those people, like Regan, Tomo, all of the squad, basically. It would never ever be the same as it was back then, and that's what I felt like. I was staying in Myth purely for the reason of maybe it'll go back to that one day. And that's not right, you know, because obviously those times aren't going to be the same. Jawsy's not going to leave Red and rejoin Myth. Rye's not going to leave Obey and rejoin Myth. That's not happening. You know, we're not going to get the times of Clash of the Clans back. I should be enjoying my team, or I should be enjoying my time, my current time in the team. and I just wasn't really. I didn't really feel it too much. The vibe wasn't there, and again, the leadership wasn't there the second time around. I mean, there was movement, and then everybody kind of left. So I don't know. I didn't want to stay in the team when I wasn't happy with the people that I was with. Like, I wasn't. It's hard to explain. I wasn't with the friends that I was with originally. I wasn't having the same time as I was, you know, it wasn't the same vibe as it was with Clash of the Clans, and it's never going to be the same vibe as it was with Clash of the Clans. And I don't want to stay in Myth purely for the fact that, oh, maybe one day it will be, because in my mind, I know it won't be. So, you know, it's just, I kind of had to leave. I want to progress, I want a different team, I want a little bit of a change in things, and hopefully I can stay in touch with everybody in Myth, because they're great guys. I really hope that they bring this team back, and, you know, because a lot of people are saying, like, oh, is Myth going to end and things. I personally really hope that they don't. I really hope to see them back as one of the top tier teams, but as of right now, in my opinion, it's missing a few things to be there, so I didn't really want to be part of the team anymore. Obviously, I could have probably picked up and been like, hey, I can be a leader, and I can, you know, try and push these things. I can try and make a stream team. I can make the directors, you know, thing work. And but personally, because obviously I feel kind of bad, because I was like, well, the leadership isn't there originally, and then people could have easily turned around and been like, well, why don't you lead it then? And I felt like that was going to happen. I felt like a few people did want me as lead, but the problem is that I don't like being a leader. I hate being a leader, so I didn't want to take that responsibility. And, you know, I just want to kind of be like, you know what? It's been a great run, Myth. It's been a great run, Myth. But I'm afraid it has to end. So I've officially left Myth Gaming, and you know, we'll see what happens in the future. But I wish them the best of luck. Again, I love all of the leaders that I mentioned earlier. I love all of you guys from Myth, and just everyone. I love you all. I hope you guys understand. You know, if you don't, then I'm sorry. And if you don't support me after not having Myth in my name, I'm sorry. But you know, it's now Hawk/Hawkosaurus, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it cleared up a few things, and I hope you guys have a great day. Onwards and upwards, people. Peace out.